I'm going to talk about a writing strategy around what can help when you have ADHD and you need to write and trying not to run into writer's block. So something that I've been trying recently, and by the way, my name's Alina. I'm a registered psychotherapist up in Canada, specializing in ADD and Asperger's. And I'm try not to blind you with the sun behind me. So something that's really been helping me is writing 15 minutes a day, but I mean, it's not like I can just do it. At this point in my ADHD career, I've realized that I can do nothing without external accountability, and that's, by the way, a big thing that I think is a myth in ADHD. This kind of concept of like self-motivated self-discipline. I've been working at this for years, and no matter how well I do and how much I succeed and whatever I try, I find no matter what, it will always trump things when I'm accountable to others rather than just accountable to myself, because the amazing slew of excuses and strategies and shortcuts that I can come up with to avoid, holding myself accountable to stuff and to get around my rules are just really impressive, if I do say so myself. Anyway, so something that's been really working for me while I write my fiction book about actually a woman with Asperger's, but there's kind of a sci-fi fantasy element to it too, as well as a historical fiction element. Anywho, as I write, I've been finding 15 minutes a day, but I also give my friend $5 every single day that I do not write 15 minutes a day. And she's also accountable to me for some of her other tasks. So we're always checking in on each other, like, do you owe me money? And make sure you give me that money right now, because sometimes we forget, and then a couple weeks later we're like, how much do I owe you? And then it's hard to stay accountable when we're like, I think we're still doing this, but now we're kind of afraid of each other because we haven't paid up lately, and then you start like avoiding them like a loan shark or something. Anyway, so we try to keep really consistent about it, and yeah, I've been finding it's just so much smoother to slip into writing this way when I'm doing it every day, because I don't have a chance to kind of lose track of the narrative or the theme, and kind of feel like I'm really procrastinating to get back into it, because I'm just like, oh, okay, I just did this yesterday, and it's really big when you have memory issues and you have ADHD. It's a lot harder to go like, wait, what was I thinking, what was I doing, versus every day it kind of keeps it front of mind, so it's easier to keep developing it. The storyline, also something I've really found to be helpful in my writing, is having a map of where I'm going, like what like essentially all the scenes and how I want them arranged and all the plot. At first when I started writing, it wasn't like that. I was kind of just letting the characters do what they wanted, and then that got me in some weird situations that I had to go and rewrite a bunch of stuff, be like, oh crap, my characters are doing this now. Anyway, so having a plot really helps. Knowing like the scene order, and I talked to my husband Matt a lot about that, where we go, okay, what do you think the character should do now? My main character's name is Blah, just like, yeah, Blah, like blah blah, and so I'm always like, okay, what should Blah be doing now? What's realistic? What's in alignment with everything else? So yeah, now I have the whole rest of the book plotted out till the end, every scene that should be happening. So, and I've been finding, just like with 15 minutes of writing a day and knowing kind of my scene order, it's like easy and just fun and really nice to like immerse myself in that fantasy world of writing, and it's really helped with my writer's block. So just putting that out there in case that helps anybody else with their writer's block, because I know a lot of us with ADHD and Asperger's are very, very creative people, and a lot of us are constantly making art and written work and poetry and songs and all sorts of stuff. So for any practice, I really do recommend kind of a daily or multiple times a week, so you don't lose the kind of the train of thought. So thanks for tuning in, and if you want to stay connected to us, join our Facebook group at ADHDInterrupted. Bye!